everyone, author Alice Brown and Lady V here, and it is Wednesday and we are bringing you an update on how our writing is going, what all's going on with us, give you maybe a little bit of a behind the scenes look of some of the stuff we've got going on. We will be putting an update up here. It comes straight from our website, so you can go access that anytime you want to. The link will be down below to that page, but we do keep it updated on a weekly basis as to where we stand on the percentage, and how right now we are concentrating all of our efforts on the next Dragons of Dragonos book, which is Fire and Ice, book 2. The book was originally scheduled to be released the end of September. We have push that back until probably about the second week of October is what I'm hoping. I cannot give a definite release date yet because we're still working on that book. I can tell you that we have added a ton of new material into that book. Last count, I know we had probably a good 18,000 new words into that book. So, and we're still going strong. We've got one more scene coming up that I know will be brand new. The very beginning of the book is brand new, and then we've been able to add a new scene in the middle, and we've still got one more upcoming that I know of. So there'll be numerous new scenes in the book, adding a lot more detail and information than was ever in the original story. So we're happy about. As far as why we're running a little bit behind, we've had a lot going on behind the scenes, and I'm not trying to make excuses or anything like that, but when you're dealing with everyday life, everyday problems, and they get to you,
especially on an emotional level,
it crushes the creativity. And so there are days when we're just like, no, it's not there. And I have learned from experience not to try to fight it, because when you do, the writing is horrible. I go back a week later and I'm like, what in the world was I thinking? This is horrible. No. And end up deleting it, and just I've learned my lesson and go, you know what, if I'm not in the mood, I just don't touch it. So
if you watched one of our previous videos, we were explaining to you how we ended up having our air conditioner break down. The kittens escaped in the middle of the night because we had the windows open. We were out in the middle of the cornfield in the middle of 4:30 in the morning trying to find them. They are back home safe and sound,
yes.
But that was a horrendous ordeal. And in the middle of it, Shadow ended up getting injured. He slipped and fell in a ditch, and so we had to take him to the vet, emergency trip to the vet, and came to the realization that he officially had hip dysplasia.
Yeah, they did x-rays, and it's official.
I mean, between all that, the lawnmower has broken down. It has been one thing after another here.
We've had a lot of just catastrophes hitting that we've had to deal with, little bumps in the road, hiccups, whatever you want to call them. But all that plays a major part
emotionally. I know for the first week, I definitely was on autopilot, just between coming to the realization that I almost lost both kittens, and then Shadow being diagnosed with hip dysplasia really hit me hard emotionally, because I feel sorry for him. That he is an animal who can't express himself, and he's going to be in pain for the rest of his life. Yes, I can do things to help him with that, but it's still there.
We've got we're giving him massages, and we have him on CBD oil and glucosamine, and then the vet also gave us medicine for hip dysplasia arthritis to get him out of pain. So between all of that,
he's mostly out of pain.
He's doing a lot better.
He gets massages about once, twice a day.
He's doing a lot better. I've even seen him pick up and want to play for a few minutes. Not long, but it's getting there. We're making some progress. But for me, I think the emotional aspect hit even before all that, and that was backing up to when we went up to New Jersey to the shows. We have done craft fairs, different shows for 4 years now, 5 years, 4 or 5 years now.
I had a jewelry business before
right, because we were doing jewelry, and to have somebody walk up to your booth and turn their nose up at your jewelry, you're like, okay, whatever, it's just not your cup of tea, and I understand that it's not everybody's cup of tea.
But this is my baby.
But when you put your heart and soul, I mean, yes, we were making the jewelry from scratch, and so yes, a lot went into it, but nowhere near what goes in to one of these books.
You put
Nowhere
a
near.
lot emotionally
When
into
you
your
write
books.
a book, your heart and soul is in this. And I knew that, but it hit me in the face. And I'll be the first to admit that. It really hit me in the face.
That was something that was really hard to swallow.
When, you know, somebody would walk up to the booth and just, you know, oh, no, it's, you know.
It's like, excuse me, who do you think you are?
And yeah, well, that's the attitude I should have taken. Instead, it just broke my heart in two. And so that was a big...
no, that was the attitude I was taking at the show when you kept trying to keep me to be quiet.
Well, yeah, the second one we'd had enough. And by no means is everybody like this. I'm not trying to say
there
that.
Are some wonderful people
we
out
met
there.
some wonderful, wonderful people. I believe we gained some new fans. I hope we did. And
you know what, though? It is, science has proven that a negative experience will stand out to you 10 times stronger than one positive. One negative out of 10 positive will stand out more than those other 9 positive.
Positives, yeah. Unfortunately, they're right. So that was an emotional hurdle that we had to get over, and that's not an easy one to get over. You know, because then you take a step back and you start questioning yourself. You start questioning your writing. You know, am I good enough? Is this going to work? Am I going down the right road in life? All this stuff. And meanwhile, where do you think the creativity went? Out the door. It just went bye-byes. I think it went to, you know, on vacation to Tahiti or something.
But, you know,
I know all the characters did.
It was having that realization, though, that I came up with the idea that I personally wanted to do a vision board for myself, because somebody who has anxiety and depression, those monstrous voices in the back of your head sometimes get the better of you. You know, I'm not one of those people who can just keep mentally reminding myself that this is what I'm working towards, this is why I'm writing, this is why I am putting all my effort into trying to make these 2 businesses succeed. Otherwise, those voices will go, you're never going to succeed. You're not good enough. You're not like all these other people. You don't write like Anne Rice and Stephen King. But if I came up with the idea that if I had a vision board and I had a physical aid to go, that's what I'm working for. That is why I keep pushing.
Personal goals.
Yeah, personal goals.
Yep. So we picked up 2 poster boards
Dollar
recently
Tree.
at Dollar Tree, yeah, because they're 2 for $1 there. Why not? And that is one of our projects that we have for one evening. We're going to sit down and do up our vision boards together. We've already talked about
one of the
this,
top things that I'm going to be putting on my vision board is where I want to see the YouTube channel in a few years. You know, the amount of subscribers and likes that I want to get to. You know, I want to build this thing up to where it's so good.
So anyway, so that really started the downhill spiral for us in July. And I really have to say that quite a bit of July was just crash and burn. It took us a long time to recuperate. We were able to get a little bit of writing done, you know, here and there, and we tried pushing through it. But I knew as time went on that we were just getting further and further behind, and that we had to, you know, fix the emotional issues so that the creativity came back. And then unfortunately we just got ourselves where we needed to be in August, and then the air conditioner broke, and the lawnmower broke first, and then the air conditioner broke, and then the kittens escaped on us, and
then Shadow got injured.
And then Shadow got injured, and I'm like, oh my God, okay, all right,
when
enough,
it rains,
people,
it
enough.
Pours. Even for an author, it rains, it pours.
Yeah. So that was another, and as far as the animals go, I knew she was affected a lot more emotional. I mean, I sat back afterwards and said, yes, this could have gone a lot worse than what it did. We were very, very lucky that we found Guardian, because he's our special needs baby. He's, you know, Mariposa is very independent, and she'll listen to you a bit, and, you know, getting her back in was no big deal. Guardian just totally freaked. I mean, he was so scared. And when an animal is scared, you can't count on them to do anything at all. And they're completely unpredictable. And so every time we'd go to get near him, he would run away from us, because he was just, I'm assuming he didn't recognize us, or he was just too scared. And yeah, we had our hands full. So that could have very easily gone in an exact opposite direction what it did, and been a heartbreaking situation for us. And I'm glad it didn't.
When we say he's our special needs baby, it's not just the fact that he's clingy. I mean, he is very clingy, but as a kitten, he had an internal blockage We almost had to put him down during that time. To this day, his digestive system is still not fully developed.
No,
He's still,
really
at
careful.
a year old, he's on kitten food just because he has so far not been able to stomach or handle adult cat food. He's even hand-fed. He has some type of phobia with his food bowls. I've tried numerous different types of food bowls. None of them work, so I have to hand-feed him his canned food. He eats the dry food out of a bowl, but not the canned food.
Spoiled.
But, you know, we baby him along.
He's our special needs baby. Yep. That's okay.
No regrets.
So, no regrets at all. They have been wonderful additions.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, I believe it's September. I want to say September 16th. I might not have the exact date.
It's either the 13th or the 16th.
Okay. It is their first or their anniversary of when we found them is coming up rather quickly, and we are planning on doing a video. I am trying to get the people that had the other 4 cats, because there was a total of 6 kittens that we found. Her fiance's aunt took 2 of them, and so I've got to get a hold of her, and I want to get pictures. And then my best friend has 2 of them, and I'm going to get her to get some pictures, and we're going to do a video of them. I've got pictures when we first found them and how bad they were and how awful looking they were.
You will have the kitten story.
Yeah, so we are planning on that. Look for that in the middle of September, because we are definitely going to be doing that.
Definitely going to sit out here at the box of tissues when we do that one, because I don't think I can make that through.
Probably not.
So you might actually see us ugly cry as well. My baby was so tiny.
So, yes, we have had probably about a month and a half now of a lot of things going on behind the scenes. You know, just when things like this happen in everyday life, it puts a damper on your creativity if you are a writer. You know, we did not run into this when we were doing the jewelry. No. Because, yes, when life took a turn like this, we weren't sitting down and creating brand new patterns, that's for sure, because the creativity wasn't there.
You get to follow a pattern and it was just repetitious.
Yeah, but you know, exactly. Once you make something, then you've got that pattern, and so you just make it multiple times in every different color combination you can think of, you know? So it was a lot of repetitious work, and so we used those days that were stressful and things like that. We used those days for the repetitious work so that we wouldn't have to concentrate. And yeah, I remember sitting out, beading and having my headphones on, listening to YouTube or listening to music or anything like that.
What is the audiobook?
I don't know.
Audiobook.
I can't do that writing at all. No, I have to be total peace and quiet. If anybody is, the TV's on, radio's on, the 4-wheelers from the people behind us are going, I cannot concentrate to write at all. And so I just put it up and go, okay, I'm gonna wait.
Put on just like some light instrumental music, like from the piano guys or something, just because it's so calming. And I quite often listen to that a lot when we have storms, because Shadow's freaked out, and that's his playlist. I could sometimes write to that, but I still have to keep it at a very low level.
Yeah, I prefer total
silence.
Total
is
silence,
the best,
yeah. Total peace and quiet. Otherwise, it's a distraction to me.
Yep.
That's just, everybody's, I know writers that are able to sit in the living room and write while they're watching TV with their family. I have no idea how they do it, because that is not me whatsoever. I would pull my hair out. That would just totally distract me. For me to be able to write, I have to get in that story. I have to be living in that story. I have to be right there standing next to the dragons. And I can't do that when my mind is occupied with anything else. So I have to, when I go to write, it has to be 100%. That's just me.
So to end this video, I would like to let everybody know that we are coming up to the end of the month, and that means we'll be doing our monthly drawing very quickly.
Yes.
So if you are not signed up for our newsletter, please go to the link in the description, go to the website down at the bottom of the front page, and sign up for our newsletter. Once you're entered, you are entered every single month to our drawing, and you will get an occasional, not very often, but an occasional update on what's going on in our life and what's coming. So,
and the newsletters, I'm in charge of them. I hate doing them. So if you get one a month, you're doing good.
So definitely go sign up for our drawing. We have some good prizes coming up this month. I don't even remember what's this month. What is this month's prize?
$15 Amazon gift card.
Right. And so this month,
I'm going to show you the phone here, folks. This is the website. Look for join our mailing list. That's where you want to go.
And this month's prize is a $15 Amazon gift card. Next month, you keep an eye out for coffee mug of your choice. So definitely go peruse our coffee mugs on our store and see which one you might be interested in picking out if you are our winner.
So, as Lady V said, once you sign up for that newsletter, you are automatically included in every month from there on out, unless you decide to opt out of the newsletter. So, sign up.
You can't lose.
We promise you we won't bombard you with newsletters at all. That's not my thing at all. So, and take a chance of getting some good prizes. So, that kind of concludes our video for today, I think. We've taken the summer off from shows. I will take a moment to say that.
Again, you can check out the shows page, which is linked below, to find out where we'll be next. Which we've got still a couple months out. We've got a couple that we haven't heard from yet, but most of them we have at this point, so that's good. We've got our fall schedule pretty well lined up and ready to go, with the exception of a couple that are sitting out there in limbo land. We decided to take the summer off. The heat from the 2 shows we did in July in New Jersey just totally kicked our butts. And I was like, no, I can't do this. I'm too delicate. I can't do it. I'm not a summer person.
Yeah, even though we live in North Carolina. One look at this pale skin and you can tell she doesn't get too much sun.
No.
Then again, I can't say too much either. I'm not too
You
far.
are darker than me. Hold that up. Hold that up. See?
Yes. Okay,
You're
a little
bit
darker
than me. I'm Casper the Friendly Ghost.
But come October and November, we are booked solid. So that, of course, will take precedence, and our writing will have to take a little bit of a back seat those 2 months while we have shows. But
that should be after we get book 2 out. So
book 2 will be out or coming out. It'll be written. It'll be written. Yeah, at that point we'll be in.
It'll be in the editing stages.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll be in the final stages of getting the paperbacks in and getting it edited and ready to go on ebook and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's a whole different ball game than writing the books. So we hope you enjoyed this video. Again, our main point is to keep you caught up on what we're doing in our writing. I think I mentioned this before. Something else in book 2 is we are actually bringing in new characters.
Yes, the Monster Mob.
Yes, we have a new series. It is slated to be introduced in 2022. It's called the Monster Mob, and it is actually taken from Hoboken, New Jersey, and it's a little town that I have visited a couple times. I've been up there now, and I love it. It is a great town, and so I decided to put a storyline to it. And
so if by chance you were with us when we originally were writing, this book is definitely not the same. You are definitely going to want to repurchase it and find out the little Easter egg that we have hidden in the beginning of the book with the Monster Mob characters,
because
lining up for
my
the
goal
new series.
is eventually to have all the series connected to one another in some way, shape, or form. I had already made plans. As a lot of you know, the Vampires Among Us series, which is already out, and then my Texas Vampire series, which is not out right now. That'll be worked on a little bit later. Those 2 are connected. And then I'd already had plans for the Monster Mob, and I was going to wait until that came out next year and connect it in with the Dragonos series.
And the vampires.
And the vampires. And then we decided just to do a little bit of a twist and go ahead and introduce those into the Dragonos series and go ahead and get those 2 series mixed.
Adding these new scenes has been one of my favorite parts of rewriting the Dragonos series.
Yes, definitely, because I feel like it's made the book just that much more better.
Yeah,
I mean, I love the original stories, but doing the tweaking and the additions and everything else, it really has added to the stories. So I can't wait for y'all to get a hold of it and read it and let us know what you think. And until next time, please hit that thumbs up button if you like this video. Even if you didn't, you're helping us out. Hit the thumbs button.
Yes,
thumbs
up
button.
So much.
It does. It really
Definitely
does.
subscribe and hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button so you will be notified every time we upload a video, which is now 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Yes. Mondays and Fridays are devoted mainly to our hauls, our Dollar Tree hauls, and then every once in a while we're putting some specialty hauls in there. And then Wednesdays we are taking to discuss what's going on in the book world, future book plans, behind the scenes, what's going on with our life, all that good stuff. So, yeah. So stay tuned. Until next time, have a great day.